how to write a blog, and then repurpose that content. If you knew exactly how it can be so unscary to write a blog and to actually use that content in multiple ways, would you be interested in digging deeper into how that's done and how that can make such an easier process for you? That's what I'm going to be talking about today on this live. But hey, for those of you that have not met me before, my name is Anna Olson. I am a coach and mentor teaching small business owners how to use video in their marketing. And of course, we're also talking about content marketing. And if you are joining me live, please say hello, tell me where you're coming in from, and join the conversation. I will ask some questions throughout this live and this training. And I would love for you to join the conversation. But if you do watch the replay, please let me know what was valuable to you, and I will come back and communicate with you at that point. So writing a blog. I mean, first of all, do you write blogs for your business? Do you have a blog? Or are you solely using social media? Some people are very scared of writing a blog. Hey, hello. Is it Ahmed? I'm not sure. Mr. Smiles or Mrs. Smiles. Anyway, hello. Thanks for, Karen. Oh my gosh. I'm not Karen. Are you saying hello to me? My name is Anna Olson, by the way. So anyway, thanks for joining me live here. So I know that was a very scary process for me when I first got started, was to write a blog and to think that, I'd have to write a blog every week or once a month, or, just the daunting task of writing a blog. How long does it have to be? What's the process of writing a blog? Is anybody going to want to read it? How do you do all of that? Well, it's part of copywriting, obviously. But it's much easier than I thought it was. And so I wanted to share this today because it is actually, like I said, it is much easier than I thought it was. So first of all, you have to know your market, your target market, your audience. What is it they're looking for? Is there a blog out there? And this is what I do. I go out and I search for a blog that is in my market, that my market would answer some questions and solve some problems for my market. And then I take that blog and I rewrite it. I rewrite it in my own words. So you can't copy and paste. You don't ever suggest that you do that. I would never want you to do that because that's not okay. I wouldn't want anybody to copy and paste my blog, so I would not ever do that to someone else. But the concepts, you can still look at the concepts that they have in that blog, and then you rewrite it in your own words. And make sure when you're writing the blog, because normally most blogs, unless they're really like professionally written, which is not, my market is all about conversational blogs. It's conversational writing. It is not your professional writing. So I'll take the blog and rewrite it. But when it comes to adding my personal content or my personal story, my personal experience, then they'll most likely, whoever wrote that original blog, also put in their personal story. Well, you don't add their story because their experience is different than yours. So you want to change it up and make sure you put your own personal story in it, your own experience. What was it like when you were doing this specific, a blog might have certain bullet points. And within that bullet point, when you were trying to use that strategy or you were in that stage of the business, how was it for you? Those are the differences that you're going to put into the blog. Okay. You have to, you want to make sure you put in your own personal story, because this will build the know, like, and trust factor for you and your audience. They can get to know you. Let's see. No, it's because I'm silly. I'm not sure I know what's going on there, but anyway, so let's continue and talk about the subject of this live. So so after you've written the blog and you can post it onto your own blog, then I take that content and I pick it apart. I can get 2 to 5 pieces of content for my social media posts out of one blog. Okay. And that is another way to drive traffic to your blog. So you talk about pieces, small portions of the blog in a social media post, and you direct them back to your blog for the full content. Okay, so it's another way to drive people back to your blog. And the other thing I do, I'll take information from the blog and I'll set up 1, 2, maybe 3 lives out of it. I mean, I literally got the information for this live out of a blog. Okay, so repurposing the content. That's the whole idea, is to repurpose. So you're not constantly recreating the wheel or reinventing the wheel, because it takes a lot of time and energy to reinvent the wheel. And there really isn't necessary to do that. There's so much content. We have information overload on the internet. So use it. That's how I use it anyway. And it's another way, when you do a Facebook Live, you can direct people back to your blog. Another way that you can repurpose this stuff is to write an ad. And you could either write an ad, or sometimes they're called power posts, or story posts. You can write an ad from a blog. And when I go to write an ad, I'll write a headline or an attention grabber, and then I'll rewrite that attention grabber or headline 10 times. And all of a sudden, I have 10 different power posts or story posts. Okay, so if you need so this is my CTA for this live. My call to action: if you want the information, the guidelines of how to write ad copy, send me a message. I will get you the guidelines that I use. They are very specific, and it's very easy to write ad copy. So, and I'm specifically talking about Facebook ads. Okay. So if you would like that, please go ahead and drop me a message and I will get that to you. All right. So back to repurposing your blog. Write ad copy out of it and revise the headlines, and you have 10 different times that you could use that story on your social media posts. Okay. And then, go back into the blog and find as many different small pieces of information that you can find to put out on your stories, on Instagram Reels, on YouTube Shorts, make a short little video about it, or TikToks about it. Just many different ways that you can go to your blog and find some information to put in some, you're just redoing the content in a little bit different way. So it's a short little video versus a post, or it's if I'm talking video now, or stories. Stories, you can post a picture with wording on it. So you can do that too. So there's so many different ways that you can repurpose the content of a blog. But it all starts with finding the blog that makes sense to you, that works for your audience, and then going from there, rewriting it and doing just what I just did now. And then finally, make sure that you add your story. Even when you do a TikTok, add your own experience to it. People cannot get to know you, like you, or trust you without your personal story, your personal experience. So that's probably the number one thing that you want to keep track of and keep in there all the time is your personal experience, because attraction marketing is all about attracting people to you as a person, and they cannot get to know you unless you share a little bit about yourself. Okay. So that's what I've got for you today. I hope this makes sense, and I hope you got some value out of this. And yeah, let me know. Again, like I said earlier, if you want the guidelines to write power posts or story posts or ad copy, I use it the same way, each one the same way. So I use the guidelines for all those 3 different types of content. If you would like that, please let me know, and I will get it right over to you. Have a great day, everyone, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye for now.